It is. So yesterday I found them automats, and I thought that since none of that is wet, and it'll find me to do videos where I read them to you guys. So and they want to do 3 PowerPoint automats that I think I used to have now as well. I call them the evil main sets, because in them the main sets turn evil. And this is my favorite PowerPoint. This is my favorite PowerPoint time for stories, so I think that's all of it. Probably at the end I will tell you why it was much. So the time board starts off with main sets and Spike. In bats my answer to answer with save trust you. Alright, says we saved trust you once then. Applejack says, and good news is this time they aren't doing prostitute. He says, the kingdom of Asvia is strangely serious. I don't know how to say that word. They hear a foos. Dry goes, was that a foos? He says, I don't remember there being any fooses around here. And they hear a dodo. And that says, and dodos, there's definitely dodos. Applejack and Pinkie Pie then notice is awake. And Applejack says, and that is so new. Pinkie Pie says, oh, it's so pretty. And they see his big giant weight that is new. And that says, I flew here this last week. I know the spring wasn't here then. Fireside talks to an animal, and he says that these hot springs just appeared in the last couple of days. Apparently they caused this quite the commotion when they erupted. Twilight leans over the lake and says, the number of undown rivers running through here, I suppose, as to have tossed interrupt. It's not quite as hard as I thought it might be. Pinkie Pie pushes her in. Twilight says, why did he do that? And Vice says, Tommy is surprised, so it was funny. Twilight says, it was not funny. And I says, I think how it was. Mrs. Wayne exposed to the powers of the lake. Twilight says, Pinkie, I'm very upset. At least I would be, as this wasn't so relaxing. It's like a giant hot tub. Justin sits into the lake, and Applejack says, as they take a little bit of the water home with them, so keep that in mind. That night, they dream that it starts to fuels them turning evil in the morning. And then in the morning, Spike wakes up and tries to find Twilight. And one's in the apple bloom. Who apparently has an apple tart tumbled over. I forgot how that happened. We see something inside, and then Applejack, evil Applejack, comes in. Says, I'm away, I'm important business, mine. What the dog and ding ding is all this? After Boone says, one of those Wayne Boone's not there with the tart, I'm okay though. That says, I ain't worried about you. I'm worried about my apples. Do you know how many sales you lost? This is a huge problem. These apples have to be replaced and you're going to have to pay for it. Pay double for my time and trouble. You are the worst apprentice ever. Applemoon says, not your apprentice, I'm their family. Applejack says, there's no room for family in business. And then we meet the evil Twilight Sparkle. Does a little spell. Ulysses appears above a castle and he says, I, Twilight Sparkle, am appointing myself Empress of Ponyville as the most intelligent pony in this town. The only other is the only logical choice that's in. More announcements will follow about the new order, but for now, oh no, I promise a harsh but fair rule. Let me eat the evil Rarity. She says, how dare she? The arrogance of that pony, thinking that she can rule Ponyville, when it should be me. There's no one finer or with finer finery. Spike says, what's with the mast? Or he says, I couldn't get my eyeliner perfect. I can't have people see my face with any kind of flaw on it. I says, sir, that's not overreacting at all. He says, overreacting is Twilight thing that her library fixation and a 5-year-old hairstyle in any way and tell her to rule these people. I will correct their sentence as soon as I find the way out they can do so. And then it's only the time evil Rainbow Dash has been in doing signed flame boons to show off her power. It doesn't see evil. So he does a bunch of signed flame boons. So this one is signed flame boons. They then have a Team Martesayas meeting at the clubhouse. Oops, it's the bigs. They admit that the main sex has been all acting weird since they got back some of those hot new swings. And they think that something in the wire must have changed them. And they have to figure out how to change them back. Spike, it decides to send like Princess Celestia. It sends Princess Luna to help. Even Princess. Then Applejack comes in and tries to break down the clubhouse. So, they run away. Princess Luna then comes in and to save them, she drags evil Applejack with a magic. She says, there is dark magic in you, Applejack. I can sense it. It is clouding your vision. Elsa says, what are you talking about? And saying things clearly, maybe for the first time, like that you're on my property. You stay much long, and maybe I said charge you rent or a missing fee. Boone says, what's wrong with my sister? This isn't her. But this one says, I cannot tell, at least not yet. There is definitely something wrong. Powerful magic, but it's unposted. It's the cause for personality change. It's open in nature, restoring her way to her fog mirror, maybe I can draw it out, return her natural state. And nope, Apple's out, her blade's free, and it runs away. They then tell Princess Luna about what happened to the main six. This is my favorite part. They explain all the things that the main has been doing, and then Rainbow Dash does. And then when they get to Rainbow Dash, Rainbow Dash does a sonic rain boom, and they go, whoa, that. It says, Matters in the Springs has talked to our friends and may not be able to say anything back. The time I was at, and we saw what happened. We need a different plan. So, Princess Luna stays behind with Spite. And now they and the CNC dove into the Eversea Forest to find Controller for help. And then we went to Evil Florida side with a Poison Ivy. Evil Florida says we appear to have intruders. And then we went to Evil Pinkie Pie, who puts on a little bit of clown makeup. I hate the clown makeup. And doesn't even laugh. To be continued. And that's Dynamite. This is the second part, even though the cover has nothing to do with what it's about. As that as I see in Evil Twilight Sparkle, reading some books, and goes, no, it's not enough. All these books, all this information, I can't learn it fast enough. I need more. Knowledge is precious, and I need much more of it as I'm going to read wisely. I'm not the smartest pony here already, but I need to be the smartest pony ever so I can rule these poor, unrotated, ununiformed ponies to show them the many errors they've made. My ponies won't need to think, will they? I'll be doing anything for them, making sure they only make the right choices. If they don't need to think, they can spare a little bit as their brain power, can't they? Well, they'll hardly miss it, and then I'll be the smartest ruler, smartest pony ever. So the CNC uses this machine to take away a little bit of the pony's smarts. Or the brain. Or the mind, I would say. Meanwhile, the CNC are still running in the forest, and Stilu accidentally trips on Angel Bunny, who is apparently also evil, even though he wasn't there. And they went to the lake, so I'm guessing that's why I say Dave Maroba is that wired from the lake they brought home. I told you to keep that in mind. Fireside comes up and tries to punish them for hurting her friend. And they run away. Back in Ponyville, a bunch of peasants appear on ground. and they all explode. Ponies into a building that hides all these buildings. And in that building there's a place, they don't see it. And Pinkie Pie was a trial and made up on with the hate. Is the Renee so over there. You're ready then and wants to try its bottle, but then sees soda bags and destroys them. Then sees Spite and tries to destroy him, but then Patiswuna saves him. But there is the forest. Team Martisaeus finds Tora's hut and tell her what happened. So Tora does a mist thing on Fireside and they went away. Rarity is then person to in Ponyville, Rarity is then person to Pinkie Pie's cell and they start to fight. Spite, they put his Luna, Demon says, and Tora then meet up. Rarity fights Princess Luna then. And then Fireside turns to attack at Ponyville with her evil animals. And Pinkie Pie starts its in wire balls that's made out of the wires and the weight. And one of them that's on Princess Luna, which turns her into Nightmare Moon. To be continued. And that's fine. Third part, and I like how it had Jasmine do is however Jasmine has actually has something to do with what happens in the story. I thought the Night of Moon flying. And she tries to hurt Pinkie Pie. Spite and Satora run away and made them posing to break the spell on main sets. They saw Applejack first and she's back. Then here Jones of War destinates some Eagle Fireside. So and they end up throwing the Pinkie Pie as well, and they do a little plan and to have as Rainbow Dash as try to find to a target, and that's splashed with the antidote. They then put the antidote in the rain, and it rains down Fireside. But Twilight, Rarity, and Princess Luna is still affected. It's under the tassel where Twilight and Rarity are fighting, and then Princess Luna comes in and says that Princess Luna comes in as Night of Moon and says that it they said join forces. So there's the why doing that in toast, which is actually the why, it is actually the end of why he drinks it and see if it now attains that, but Twilight is too smart to fall for her threat. So she sees her mad that Ponyal comes in and it says the even plan, but it's weighing down by the tear, and see it is now bad. It turns out that Princess Luna was herself the whole entire time. She was turning to Night Moon, who actually did it this time with us. Twilight, it does a reverse spell on her machine and gives every pony back their smarts or their brains or their minds. This is it. Lane sets entering at Ponyville, and they decide to do something to the weight so that it doesn't turn them evil. They then go inside the weight and it doesn't turn me evil anymore. The end. Okay, so this is gonna be a long video at a few more minutes, so I'm gonna tell you guys why I like these. Is Rita. I bought it's a light scene, means it's evil. Pinkie Pie is kind of creepy with the clown makeup, so I would say that's my least favorite of the main sets. And there's Applejack, who I believe is somehow off stream built a wall or over her, it's not mistaken, anything. And evil Applejack is actually evil medicine is actually really cool. Then there's evil Tide Spotto. I like eight house uses the town smarts. It's to make it so smart, that's pretty a genius. And the Rarity, I like the mask to see wears, it's kind of fashionable. And the tape. And the Zero Fireside, I like House the also I like Poison Ivy. My favorite one has to be Evil Rainbow Dash, because the whole doing Sonic Rainbow inside the whole entire time, but then the one scene with does one little well that. So yeah, the thing, I'll play Tom and hope you guys liked it. Bye.